Hey everyone, I'm so happy to have you here today. I want to talk about how yoga and meditation have been game changers for me, especially when it comes to improving flexibility and reducing stress. It's all about finding balance in both body and mind. I'll be sharing my personal journey with yoga and meditation and how these practices have truly transformed the way I feel. But before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button, share the video, and subscribe so we can continue this wellness journey together. Starting small, my first yoga session. When I first began yoga, I was super stiff. I couldn't touch my toes, and even basic poses felt like a huge challenge. I remember feeling a bit defeated, but instead of giving up, I decided to be patient with myself. Yoga teaches us that progress doesn't happen overnight. I started with short sessions, focusing on simple poses like the cat-cow stretch and downward dog. These helped warm up my body and slowly build flexibility. It wasn't easy at first, but over time, I started noticing small improvements in how my body felt. As I kept practicing, I realized yoga is not just about flexibility, it's also about tuning into your body's needs. Some days I was more flexible than others, and that's okay. I learned to honor where I was at each session, which made the practice more enjoyable. Instead of pushing myself to the point of discomfort, I focused on deep breathing and mindful movements. Meditation for stress relief. In addition to yoga, meditation became a huge part of my practice. I used to carry stress around like a heavy weight on my shoulders, and I knew I needed to find a way to release it. That's when I started incorporating short meditation sessions into my routine. At first, it was tough to sit still and quiet my mind, but with practice, I found it incredibly helpful. Focusing on my breath, even for just 5 minutes, made a world of difference in reducing stress. As I continued meditating, I noticed how my mind became clearer, and I wasn't as overwhelmed by daily stresses. The combination of yoga and meditation created a sense of balance in my life that I hadn't experienced before. Meditation gave me a space to check in with myself, release tension, and reset mentally. Incorporating flexibility-focused poses. One of the best things about yoga is how it improves flexibility over time. I started incorporating poses specifically designed to stretch and lengthen muscles. Poses like the seated forward bend and the butterfly stretch became regulars in my practice. At first, I could barely hold these poses for more than a few seconds, but with consistency, I saw a gradual increase in my flexibility. My hamstrings and hips, which used to feel tight, started opening up, and I could go deeper into each stretch. What I loved most was how these poses made my body feel afterward. I no longer felt stiff or sore, and the stretches brought a sense of relief that lasted throughout the day. Focusing on flexibility through yoga not only helped me physically, but also gave me a sense of accomplishment. Breath work to calm the mind. One of the most transformative aspects of yoga for me was the introduction of pranayama, or breath work. Learning how to control my breath through techniques like alternate nostril breathing or deep belly breathing was a total game changer. These practices helped calm my racing mind and reduced stress levels, especially on hectic days. I would take a few moments before or after my yoga practice to focus on my breath, which helped me transition into a more relaxed state. The more I practiced breathwork, the more I realized how closely it was tied to my stress levels. On days when I felt overwhelmed, I would pause and take a few deep breaths, and it instantly grounded me. It's incredible how something as simple as breathing can bring you back to the present moment. How yoga helped me connect mind and body. Yoga is often described as a practice that unites the mind and body, and I experienced this firsthand. Before starting yoga, I used to feel disconnected from my body, especially during stressful times. But as I continued practicing, I became more aware of how my body and mind were linked. When I was stressed, I felt tightness in my muscles, but through yoga, I learned to release that tension through movement. It was like my body was teaching me to let go, and in turn, my mind followed suit. This mind-body connection also played a huge role in improving my flexibility. When I focused on relaxing my mind during a stretch, I found that my body naturally loosened up. The stress I carried in my muscles melted away, and I was able to move more freely. Finding peace and stillness. One of the things I struggled with the most was being still. I'm someone who's always on the go, and sitting in silence felt uncomfortable. But through meditation, I learned to embrace stillness. It was during these moments of quiet that I found the most peace. Meditation taught me to be present, to accept things as they are, and to release the need to control everything. It wasn't easy at first, but now I look forward to my meditation sessions as a way to reset and find balance. What surprised me most was how this sense of peace extended beyond my meditation practice. I started carrying it with me into other areas of my life. Combining yoga and meditation for full-body relaxation. The magic truly happens when you combine yoga and meditation. I've found that practicing yoga before meditation helped release physical tension, making it easier to sit still and focus during meditation. After a session of deep stretches and mindful movement, my body felt open and relaxed, and my mind was much more at ease. It's like the two practices complement each other perfectly. Yoga prepares the body, and meditation calms the mind. I started noticing the benefits almost immediately. Not only did my flexibility improve, but I also felt more relaxed and in control of my stress levels. Using guided meditation for stress management. I remember the first time I tried guided meditation, it was a revelation. I wasn't quite sure how to meditate on my own, so I turned to guided sessions, which walked me through the process. Listening to someone guide me through deep breathing, visualization, and body relaxation was incredibly calming. It took the pressure off and allowed me to just follow along without overthinking it. Guided meditation helped me get into the right mindset for reducing stress. The gentle reminders to breathe deeply and let go of tension helped me unwind after long days. I found that even short guided sessions of 10 minutes were enough to make a difference. Over time, I began incorporating these sessions into my daily routine, and the results were transformative, making yoga and meditation a habit. One of the biggest challenges I faced was making yoga and meditation a consistent habit. In the beginning, I would practice sporadically, but I wasn't seeing the full benefits. It wasn't until I committed to practicing regularly that I noticed real changes in my flexibility and stress levels. Now, I make it a priority to practice, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. Consistency is key when it comes to seeing progress, both physically and mentally. I also realized that you don't need to dedicate hours to yoga and meditation to see results. Even a 10-minute session can make a huge difference in how I feel. It's about making time for yourself and sticking to it, no matter how busy life gets. That's it for today, friends. I hope my experience with yoga and meditation inspires you to start your own journey toward improving flexibility and reducing stress. It's truly a powerful practice that has changed my life for the better. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who could use a little more relaxation in their life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next session.